Hello everybody, welcome back to the final Mos Eisley video. In this video we're going to be reviewing over a separate scenario from the original setup, so without further ado, let's get right into it. Starting off in this corner, we have a group of Imperial soldiers, sand trooper and normal stormtrooper, and some sort of like Imperial officer guy. They're all rushing to ambush these two soldiers that are getting ready to ambush this convoy. So lots going on in this build. It's supposed to seem pretty chaotic and everything. So over here we have some civilians running away, trying to escape the blaster fire and all of this. So basically the story behind this here is that the Imperials are the Imperials have occupied Mos Eisley for a good long time, and groups of civilians and the Rebel Alliance are trying to take back over the city of Mos Eisley. So this is where what is happening in this corner. Sorry about that. Over here we have some more civilians running through this alleyway, and then up on top of the bank you have a rebel kind of jumping up, and another rebel or civilian with a rocket launcher ready to ambush this hover tank. So I'll get into the next section. Alrighty, onto the next section. Over here you have the Imperial Spy, which was seen in the New Hope. It comes in the Mos Eisley Cantina set with another stormtrooper running along this back part, trying to maybe come around and hit the rebels from this side. Then we also have a sand trooper running out of the Imperial Communications Tower right there. So moving around, we have a couple commanders and rebel officers and stuff kind of meeting up together, discussing some strategies. They seem like they were protected, but they might not be with these stormtroopers coming out soon. Alright, here we have this corner. We left off over here with these officers speaking together. Right here is kind of a downed Imperial speeder bike that has been disabled, as well as a downed stormtrooper laying in the streets. So as you can tell, there's been skirmishes all around here. It's just kind of urban warfare over here with a civilian speeder leaving the city and maybe a partisan or rebel. Someone's either trying to help that's going into the city or maybe going in the city for who knows what. And then over here we have more civilians trying to flee the scene. Some that have gone on top of this, on the second story of this building. And then we have another little Imperial cell right here that is just going to come around the corner and try to hit this moving speeder and this little group of soldiers coming in. And then another civilian leaving. And up here we have a trooper with a jetpack that is going to try to kill these guys from up above on top of the rim of kind of the port area. And then last thing for this section, we have a rebel speeder bike with a mounted gun on top that just has arrived as reinforcements with a couple of other soldiers. And this is one of the soldiers just now realized that they're about to be ambushed from over here, so he is kind of shocked and scared by that. Now for the next section. Alrighty, and here might be one of my favorite, like the coolest sections. And this is the Imperial spaceport. Well, not the spaceport, but the docking bay. So in here we have a whole big group of rebels just trying to invade this area, and I will show this off with lights here in just a sec, but there is a downed soldier and a couple crates and boxes that the Imperials have set up. And then you have a stormtrooper right there who is kneeling and just shooting at the oncoming rebel wave. And then right here you have a TIE pilot that just got shot and is falling back near the TIE bomber. And then here we have the official LEGO TIE bomber set. Great set, and it fit perfectly in there. And then here we have kind of the next Imperial line of defense, as they are kind of trapped in this docking bay. So you have crates lined up and stormtroopers shooting at the doorway. So there's tons of crates and stuff there. You also have shock trooper with a normal stormtrooper, and that shock trooper is a neat inclusion, including an officer and the governor of the town of Mos Eisley, which I have created. And then there's his personal death trooper guard, so they are gonna have to find some way to flee before the rebels completely take over the city. And then we also have another rebel up here acting as a sniper and just cutting down any Imperial troopers he sees. So that is the docking bay part, and now we'll go off to the next section. Alrighty, this here is the final section. Starting back over here, we should this little speeder group and some reinforcements coming in. Down here we have more civilians trying to flee into this house nearby, and a down soldier up on this balcony of the corner building here. Then down in the streets we have a couple more down people and just destroyed little carts and all sorts of speeders and stuff like that. And then right here we have a mortar that has been set up that just fired a shell from this local farmer who has found a rebel hard hat to wear, or a helmet. And then right here's the main kind of blockade that the rebels have formed, which includes this down speeder from the cantina set, and there's a rebel perched up with a machine gun right there ready for the hover tank to round the corner, and just some more locals and rebels just waiting for the Imperials to round the corner. So yeah, there's all sorts of people. And then there is this custom rebel lieutenant guy, which is pretty sweet. He is all decked out with weapons and knives and blasters, and he even has a hologram going on, trying to communicate with others. And then over here, we have, over here is kind of just a little alleyway in between this market square and the hangar. And little did they know, there's just little cells of rebels and Imperials everywhere. So here we have two stormtroopers. One is firing out onto the speeder, and the scout trooper is rounding the corner, seeing if he can push around and go over here. So yeah, there's a little group of them that has not been found yet. And then more civilians fleeing. And then over here we have a destroyed part of this building that was destroyed by mortar fire or air support like a TIE bomber, and a kind of down tent that's there. So this area is kind of abandoned right now, but the rebels do not know that this little band of Imperials are right there. And then over here we have one of the little convoy going through with a hover tank. So you have a hover tank pilot manning the machine gun, and another right on the back here with stormtroopers marching through, not really quite ready for what's coming at them, which can be a lot of resistance here. And then there's also the guy with the minigun over here ready to try to annihilate them. Then you have a Imperial officer who are kind of inspecting these civilians or rebels that have surrendered. And then final thing is some civilians kind of riding around trying to flee into the cantina, but Wooher has been pretty smart and is not letting people in because he is scared for his safety and everybody else's. So we have the cantina and just some normal cantina folks. But yeah, that wraps up this build. This is probably my favorite variant of Mos Eisley MOC. And the next build I'm going to be starting is building a castle. So hopefully within the next month or two I can begin working on that. But until then, we'll see you guys next time.